Alright, we're going to start our still life off by creating a background. To create the background, we're going to use lines that go across the page from one side to the other to break up the space into several parts. So I'm going to use 4 lines to break up the space. 2 going one direction and 2 going the other direction. And these don't have to be straight lines, they can be wavy if you'd like, but I wouldn't get too crazy with it because it'll make painting a lot more difficult. Then you're going to choose whatever colors you would like. I would avoid green because we're going to be using a lot of green for our leaves and we don't want the leaves to blend into the background. So I would use any color except for green. And I would use a nice big brush to do this so that you can fill in the areas fairly quickly. Make sure that between colors you are washing and drying your brush really good so that you don't get water in the paint and the paint doesn't get mixed up. While that's drying, we're going to go ahead and create our fish tank. Now for our fish tank or our fish bowl, okay, we're going to use a shape that is going to look like a cylinder. Okay, so it's a curve at the top, 2 straight lines on the sides, and then another curve at the bottom. The curve at the top is a frowny face, and the curve at the bottom is a smiley face. Then you're going to cut this out. And once you've cut it out, you can go ahead and start drawing your painting on your fish. Your fish should be a shape that is, again, a frowny at the top, connected to a smiley at the bottom, almost looks like an eyeball, and then you're adding a triangle at the end for the tail. I would use any color to paint your fish except for blue, because you don't want your fish to blend in too much with the water. For this, make sure you use a small brush. Once you have your fish on there, then you can move on to your oil pastel. For oil pastel, make sure you're pressing nice and hard, and you can draw anything in your fish tank, any small details that you like. Think about things that are in a fish bowl or a fish tank, like little tiny castles, maybe a little sign that says no fishing. Okay, try to get creative. I'm going to make a little castle, and then I'm also going to add pebbles to the bottom of my fish bowl because that is pretty common for there to be little pebbles all along the bottom. And I'm also going to add some green plants to my fish bowl. Once your fish are dry, you can also add details to the fish. You can add bubbles coming out of the fish's mouth, going up to the top of your fish bowl. You can add eyeballs to your fish. You can add little fins to the fish, or my yellowfish, I'm going to add fins on the top and the bottom of the fish. You can add lines to the tail to make it more realistic. Once your background is dry, you're going to go ahead and paint a table. And the table should be on the lower half of your paper. A nice big oval, paint it in. Then we'll add the bottom of our table. And this can just be a straight line down and then little legs coming off of it. I add 2 legs and then a small third leg so that it looks like it has 3 legs and the other one is kind of behind the other ones. You can also make it a table that has 4 legs coming down on either side. Then we're going to add leaves. I'm going to add 2 different types of leaf. This leaf is kind of the same shape as our fish. It's a curved line kind of in a frowny face way and then a curve the other way in like a smiley, and that creates a nice leaf shape. And then I'm also going to make a leaf shape up here on the right hand side corner that looks almost like a little smushed heart. Okay, you can use different types of green for this so that you have some variety in your leaves. Once your whole background is dry, go ahead and glue on your fish bowl. Then you're going to use oil pastel to add details to your leaves. So I'm adding veins to the inside of my leaves, trying to use a green color that is slightly darker than the green I used, or you could use a green that's slightly lighter. You'll also notice that my leaves overlap my fishbowl a little bit, so you can go back and do that as well. I'm also going to use a black oil pastel to add a little bit of detail to my table, just to make it look more like a wood grain on my table.